Maya Chen sipped her coffee and watched the stars through the big window of the space station. She was tired after teaching all day. As a teacher of how aliens and humans speak to each other, she never thought she would use her skills for anything but teaching. She was wrong. The space station shook suddenly. Red lights flashed, and a loud voice came over the speakers. All people must go to the main hall. This is not a drill. All people to the main hall now. Maya grabbed her tablet and joined the crowd moving through the halls. People from Earth walked next to tall, blue aliens and short, furry ones. Everyone looked scared. In the main hall, the station boss stood on a platform. Next to him was a creature Maya had only seen in pictures. It was big, like a human-sized beetle, with a hard shell and large pincer-like jaws that could cut through metal. 4 arms moved as it talked to the boss. This was a Draxian, from the most feared warriors in the galaxy. The Draxian ships have surrounded the station, the boss said, his voice shaking. They say they now own this part of space. They want Earth too. The crowd gasped. Humans were new to space travel. Their ships were small and few. Earth's weapons would be useless against the Draxian fleet. We must give them what they want, or they will attack, said a tall blue alien from the council. Many worlds have fallen to them. 17 solar systems now belong to the Draxians. Maya watched the Draxian carefully. Something seemed off about how it held itself. Its smaller feelers on its head moved in a pattern she had read about. She had studied all known alien body language for her classes. Those movements mean something, she whispered to herself. The council members argued about what to do. Some wanted to fight. Others wanted to surrender. No one had good ideas. We could give them 3 outer planets, one council member said. They will just take more later, another replied. Maya kept watching the Draxian. Its feelers twitched faster when someone mentioned fighting back, but not in an angry way, in a nervous way. They're bluffing, Maya suddenly realized. They don't want to fight. Before she could stop herself, Maya stepped forward. I want to speak with the Draxian, she said loudly. The room went quiet. The Draxian turned its large, multi-part eyes toward her. Who are you to speak, small human? Its voice rumbled through a translator. I am Maya Chen, teacher of cross-species communication at Earth University, she said, standing straight. And I think we can help each other. The council members looked at her like she was crazy. The station boss tried to pull her back. You can't talk to them, he whispered. They only understand force. Maya shook her head. No, I've been studying their movements. Something is wrong with their home. They need help, not new enemies. The Draxian's feelers went completely still, a sign of surprise or interest. You know nothing of us, the Draxian said, but its 4 arms pulled close to its body, a defensive pose. I know your ships are in a protection formation, not attack, Maya said. I know your ceremonial armor shows signs of poor mineral resources, and I know your kind values survival above all else. The room was so quiet Maya could hear the station's air systems humming. I volunteer to talk with the Draxian ambassador, Maya said to the council. Alone. That's suicide, someone shouted. The Draxian stepped closer to Maya. It towered over her, its hard shell gleaming under the lights. It leaned down until its face was near hers. You think you understand Draxians, soft human? It asked. Maya didn't back away. I think I understand enough to start a conversation, and that's all we need right now. The Draxian made a clicking sound that the translator didn't catch. Then it straightened up. I accept this human as your speaker, it announced to the shocked council. We will talk alone. Now. As Maya followed the massive alien out of the hall, she wondered if she had made a terrible mistake. But something told her that words might save Earth where weapons could not. The council watched in silence as the small human woman walked beside the armored giant, heading to a meeting that would decide the fate of Earth. The meeting room was big and cold. The lights were too bright, making the Draxian's hard shell shine. A small chair sat in the middle of the room for Maya. It was much lower than where the Draxian would stand. Maya would have to look up at him the whole time. This was done on purpose to make her feel small. But Maya did not sit down. Instead, she walked to the wall panel and changed the room lights. She made them softer with a slight blue color. Then she pulled a platform from the wall. It was meant for showing space maps, and stood on it. Now she was eye level with the Draxian. The alien's feelers twitched rapidly. This was a sign of surprise. "What are you doing, human?" the Draxian asked. "Making us equal," Maya said simply. "My name is Maya Chen. What should I call you?" The Draxian was quiet for a moment. "I am Steel Mandible, war leader of the Third Fleet." Maya nodded. "Good. Now we can talk properly." She looked straight into the Draxian's many-part eyes and said, "Your home world is dying." Steel Mandible's jaw parts clicked together fast, a sign of alarm that Maya had read about in old studies. "How do you know our troubles, soft one?" he asked, his voice lower than before. Maya took a chance. "Your ships are in a circle pattern. That's not for attack. That's for protection. Your armor has spots where good minerals should be, and your soldiers smell afraid." She was partly guessing, but the way the Draxian's feelers moved told her she was right. "If what you say is true," Steel Mandible said, "it only makes us more dangerous. A dying people will fight harder." Maya tilted her head at an angle that, in Draxian culture, showed both respect and challenge. "Or we could help each other," she said. "Humans are good at making planets better. We could fix a planet in the empty Kelper star system just for your people. Why would you help those who came to take your world?" Steel Mandible's jaw parts moved more slowly now, showing interest. "Because humans don't like games where only one side can win," Maya explained. "We like when everyone gets something good." Steel Mandible walked around Maya in a circle. His four arms were now relaxed at his sides, not ready to fight. "You are not afraid of me," he said. It wasn't a question. "Should I be?" Maya asked. "You're a smart leader. Smart leaders don't kill people who might help them." For the first time, the Draxian made a sound like stones rubbing together. Maya realized he was laughing. "Most beings see our strength and run," Steel Mandible said. "You see our weakness and step closer." "Interesting." Maya took out her tablet and showed a star map. "The Kelper system has 4 planets. One is rocky like your home. We could start work there right away." "And what would humans want in return?" Steel Mandible asked. "Protection," Maya said. "Space pirates attack our ships. Your fleet could keep trade routes safe." The Draxian was quiet for a long time. Then he pressed a button on his arm. A small part of his armor opened, and he pulled out a clear container. Inside was a piece of rock that glowed faintly green. "This is from our home world," he said. "It is dying. The core is cooling. Our young cannot grow right without the right heat and minerals." Maya looked at the rock carefully. She didn't touch it but studied the color. "I will need to talk to Earth scientists," she said. "But I think we could add the right minerals to the Kelper planet. Make it like your home." "No one has offered help before," Steel Mandible said. His voice was different now, less hard. "No one asked what you really needed," Maya replied. "They just saw your weapons." The Draxian put the rock away. "We will need more than words, human Maya Chen." "Yes," Maya agreed. "We will need trust. Let me call someone who can help us understand each other better." She pressed her comm badge. "This is Maya Chen. I need a visitor pass for the Draxian nursery tender on their main ship." Steel Mandible's feelers shot up straight in shock. "A nursery tender? They are not part of war talks." Maya smiled. "This isn't a war talk anymore. It's a survival talk. And who knows more about what your young need than those who care for them?" The Draxian leader stared at her for a long moment. Then his jaw parts clicked in a pattern that meant deep thought. "You are not what I expected, human," he said finally. That's good, Maya answered, because I think both our peoples need something unexpected right now. Word spread quickly through the space station. Maya had been talking with the Draxian leader for 3 days straight. She barely slept or ate. Everyone was shocked that she was still alive. Inside the meeting room, things had changed. The small chair was gone. Now there was a round table with chairs of equal height. Maps and charts covered the walls. Maya had even brought in some plants from the station's garden to make the air better. The nursery tender had arrived on the first day. She was older than Steel Mandible, with a softer shell and gentle movements. Her name was Callous Shell, and she knew more about young Draxians than anyone. The eggs need special minerals to make strong shells, Callous Shell explained, using clicks and hand signs. In spaceships, the shells grow too thin. Many young don't survive. Maya listened carefully and took notes. She had switched from speaking normal space language to using simple Draxian clicks. This wasn't just to be nice. It let her say things that didn't translate well. Your fighting has made you many enemies, Maya said in click speech, showing maps of space. All around Draxian areas were angry neighbors. You've won battles but set up a bad future. Your people need friends, not slaves. Steel Mandible's shell plates moved slightly, a sign that he was thinking deeply. What do you suggest? He asked. Maya showed a new map. Humans and Draxians work together. We help you build 3 new homeworlds in the Kelper system. You help keep our ships safe from the space pirates who steal our goods. Why would strong Draxians protect weak human ships? Steel Mandible asked, but his voice was less harsh than before. Maya smiled and touched her tablet. A picture appeared of some earth plants with bright colors. Because these plants can be made into food that will help your queen live longer and have more eggs. About 30% more. The Draxian leader's feelers stood straight up, the biggest sign of surprise and interest. By now, other people had joined the talks. Earth scientists spoke through video links. They looked at the green rock from the Draxian homeworld and nodded with excitement. We can do this, said the lead scientist. The Kelper planets have the right core heat. We would need to add some minerals and adjust the air, but it's possible. Callous Shell made happy clicking sounds when she heard this. The young could grow properly again, she said to Steel Mandible, with strong shells and good food. Maya watched as the Draxian leader walked to the window and looked out at the stars. His people had been fighting for so long. Could they remember how to live in peace? Your attack fleet costs 12 times more money to keep in space than our planet-fixing plan, Maya said quietly. And our plan gives you 3 perfect worlds where your young can grow strong. Steel Mandible turned back to the room. The Draxian High Command will want proof. Of course, Maya agreed. We can start with one small area on the first planet. Show what we can do. The Draxian was quiet for a long time. Then he made a decision. I will send word to the High Command, he said, but also to the Queen Mother herself. This is too important for just war leaders to decide. Everyone in the room knew what this meant. The Queen Mother rarely heard about anything except victories and new territories. For Steel Mandible to tell her about a peace plan was very unusual. There is one more thing, the Draxian leader said. Some of your Earth leaders have talked about attacking our ships while we talk peace. We heard their messages. The human officials looked nervous. This could ruin everything. Maya didn't panic. Some wanted to attack, yes, but our main leaders said no. You can speak to them yourself, with no translators. I know you understand our language. Steel Mandible's compound eyes widened. How did you know I speak human language? Maya smiled. You react to things I say in English to my helpers. Your timing is too perfect. For the first time, the big Draxian made a sound like laughter. Humans see more than we thought, he admitted. This direct talk with your leaders, it would be new and different. So is peace between our peoples, Maya replied. Let's make history together. On the 4th day, Maya did something that surprised everyone. She asked for more Draxian nursery tenders to join the talks. Not just one, but 5 more. Why do we need more baby minders? Asked a human general who had just arrived from Earth. We need to talk about ships and weapons. Maya shook her head. No, we need to understand what Draxians truly need. When the tenders arrived, they were nervous. They had never been part of important talks before. Maya made them feel welcomed with soft blue lighting and warm drinks that matched their home world's plants. Tell me about raising young Draxians on spaceships, Maya said to the oldest tender. For 4 hours, Maya just listened. She didn't interrupt. She didn't check her messages. She just listened and asked gentle questions. The shell hardening time needs special light, explained one tender. Without it, the shells stay too soft. The young need to dig in soil during their first year, said another. Ship floors are too hard. Their digging claws grow wrong. Maya recorded everything. When Steel Mandible came back from talking to his leaders, he was surprised to see all the tenders sitting with Maya. What is this? He asked. This is how we find the real answer, Maya replied, by listening to those who care for the future. Later that day, Earth's leaders made contact. They appeared on a big screen, looking serious and worried. Maya explained what she had learned and what she planned to offer. You want to give them planets? Asked the Earth president, looking shocked. Empty planets that no one is using, Maya explained. In return, they will protect our ships and trade with us. It costs much less than fighting a war we would lose. The leaders talked among themselves. Some looked angry. Others looked thoughtful. Finally, they agreed to let Maya continue her work. That night, Maya didn't sleep again. She worked with scientists to make detailed plans for the Kelper planets. When morning came, she was ready. Maya entered the meeting room where Steel Mandible waited. She looked tired, but her eyes were bright with hope. I have a full plan now, she said, showing detailed maps and charts. The first planet can be ready for young Draxians in 6 months. The soil will have all the right minerals. The light will be fixed to match your home world's sun. Steel Mandible studied the plans. This would cost a great deal. Yes, Maya agreed. About 2 trillion credits, but your warships cost 12 trillion to keep running. And this plan gives you a real home, not just conquered worlds that hate you. The Draxian was quiet for a long time. Then he spoke in a lower voice than before. The Queen Mother has sent her answer, he said. She wants to speak with you directly. Maya's heart raced. No human had ever spoken to the Draxian Queen Mother. Few had even seen pictures of her. I would be honored, Maya said, trying to keep her voice steady. A screen on the wall flickered to life. The room darkened, and there she was, much larger than Steel Mandible, with a shell that glowed with soft colors. Her many eyes seemed to look right through Maya. So you are the human who speaks with a Draxian tongue, the Queen Mother said, her voice deep and rumbling. Show me why I should believe you. Maya took a deep breath. Everything depended on what she said next. But instead of talking right away, she did something unexpected. She moved her arms and body in the formal grading pattern of the Royal Draxian Court, a movement that had not been seen by outsiders for hundreds of years. The Queen Mother's feelers twitched in shock. Where did you learn the royal welcome? She demanded. From studying old Draxian art in our history files, Maya explained. I believe understanding comes before talking. For the first time, the Queen Mother made a sound that might have been approval. Perhaps there is more to humans than we thought, she said. Speak your plan, Maya Chen of Earth. I will listen. Maya stood straight as she spoke to the Draxian Queen Mother. The huge queen watched with all her eyes, not missing anything. Great Queen Mother, Maya began, your people are strong warriors, but even the strongest need a safe home. The planets we offer will give your eggs and young ones everything they need to grow well. The Queen Mother's feelers moved slowly, showing she was thinking deeply. Many have tried to trick us before, she said. How do I know humans will keep their word? Maya nodded. This was the hardest part, trust. How do you build trust between peoples who had never worked together before? I suggest we start small but meaningful, Maya replied. We will send 10 of our best planet healers to the first Kelper planet right away. Your ships can watch them work on one small area. When you see what they can do, we can talk about more. The Queen Mother made a low clicking sound. And what do you want in return for this first step? Just one thing, Maya said. That 3 of your ships will guard our trade route to the Centauri star system for 1 month. Pirates have been very bad there. Steel Mandible moved forward. 3 ships is nothing. We could send them now. The Queen Mother looked at him sharply. You are quick to give our power away, War Leader. Not giving away. Great Mother, Steel Mandible replied. Trading smart. 3 ships for 1 month costs us little. If the humans fail, we lose nothing important. Maya watched this exchange carefully. She could see that the Queen was testing her war leader as much as testing the humans. There is one more thing, Maya added. To show our trust in each other, I suggest we trade people. Everyone in the room went very still. I will go to the Draxian main ship as Earth's voice, Maya continued. And if you wish, send one of your people to Earth. The Earth leaders, still watching on their screen, looked shocked. Maya, that's too risky, one of them said. The Queen Mother's feelers stood straight up. You would put yourself in our power. Alone. Yes, Maya said simply. Words are good. Actions show truth. The room was silent for a long time. Then the Queen Mother made a sound like stones moving deep underground. You are brave, Maya Chen of Earth, she said, but perhaps foolish. Maya smiled. Sometimes they looked the same. Suddenly, alarms began to ring throughout the station. Red lights flashed. A voice came over the speakers. All people to safety areas. 3 unknown ships have entered our space. They are firing weapons. The screen with Earth's leaders went blank. Maya looked at Steel Mandible. Those aren't your ships. The Draxian leader was already talking into his armband, his voice sharp with commands. No, he said to Maya. These are Zerine pirates. They attack everyone. Through the window, Maya could see flashes of light as ships fired at each other. One of the station's outer rings took a hit and began to spark. The talks are over, said a human general, rushing into the room. We need to evacuate now. But Maya didn't move. Instead, she turned to the Queen Mother, whose image was still on the screen. Great Queen Mother, Maya said calmly, it seems we have a chance to show trust sooner than we thought. Your ships could easily destroy these pirates. The Queen Mother's many eyes blinked. You ask for our help now, when the talking is not finished. Yes, Maya said, because that's what friends do. They help when needed, not just when all papers are signed. Steel Mandible looked from Maya to his queen, waiting. Another explosion rocked the station. People ran through the halls. The safety doors began to close. The Queen Mother was silent for 3 long seconds. Then she spoke one word in Draxian. Steel Mandible straightened up and touched his armband again. It is done, he told Maya. Our ships are moving to protect this station. Through the window, Maya could see 10 large Draxian warships suddenly appear from behind the moon. They moved toward the pirate ships, weapons glowing. The human general stared in shock. They're helping us. Maya nodded. This is the first step of many, she said. The test of trust has begun. The battle was short. The Draxian warships were much stronger than the pirate ships. 2 pirate ships were destroyed. The 3rd one ran away. The space station was saved, but part of it was damaged. When the fighting stopped, humans and Draxians stood together in the main hall. Things were different now. The Draxians had protected humans. That changed how everyone felt. You have our thanks, the station boss said to Steel Mandible. You saved many lives today. The Draxian leader nodded. It was the Queen Mother's order, but also the right thing to do. Maya watched this exchange with hope in her heart. Then she had a new idea, a big idea that might seem crazy to both sides. "I want to suggest something important," Maya said, stepping forward. Everyone turned to look at her. "I think we should send 100 human teachers to the Draxian homeworld, and we should welcome 100 Draxian nursery tenders to Earth." The room went completely quiet. Then everyone started talking at once. "Impossible. Too dangerous. We can't trust them that much." Maya held up her hands. "Please listen," she said. "Wars start because we don't understand each other. Peace grows when we learn from each other." Steel Mandible's feelers moved in a pattern of deep thought. What would these teachers do on our world? "Teach Earth farming that could help heal your planet's soil," Maya explained. "And your tenders could share how they care for young ones. Human doctors could learn much from them." The Earth leaders, back on the screen now, looked worried. "We can't let them know where Earth is," said the general. Maya shook her head. "They already know. What they don't know is why they should care about Earth's safety." The Queen Mother, still watching from her ship, made a sound like quiet thunder. "This plan would put many of our people in danger if humans decided to keep them." Maya nodded. She understood the fear. Then she had another idea. "What if," she said slowly, "the first tenders who come to Earth are from your own family, Great Queen Mother, and the leader of our teacher group will be the daughter of Earth's president?" Steel Mandible's eyes widened. "You would send your leaders young, and ask our queen to send her own blood?" "Yes," Maya said, "because that shows true trust. We would both have too much to lose if we broke our word." The Queen Mother was quiet for a long time. Everyone waited. Then she spoke. "Send Maya Chen to my ship," she ordered. "I will speak with her alone about this plan." The Earth leaders started to object, but Maya was already nodding. "I will come right away, Great Queen Mother." An hour later, Maya stood in a shuttle heading to the huge Draxian ship. She was the first human to ever visit a Draxian ship by invitation. She felt both scared and excited. The inside of the ship was warm and had a strange smell, like old leaves and sweet metal. Draxian guards led her through long halls to a large round room. The walls were covered with marks that told the history of Draxian battles. And there, sitting on a raised platform, was the Queen Mother herself. She was even bigger in person. Her shell had colors that moved like slow waves. Her eyes seemed to hold ancient wisdom. "Come closer, Maya Chen of Earth," the Queen Mother said. "Let us speak truth to each other." Maya walked forward and bowed in the Draxian way. "I am honored to be here, Great Queen Mother." "Tell me," the Queen said, her voice softer now. "Why do you fight so hard for peace between our peoples? Why does one small human care so much?" Maya took a deep breath. This was the most important question of all. "Because both our peoples deserve a future," she said. "And that future is better if we face it together." The Queen Mother's feelers moved gently. A simple answer, but perhaps true. She leaned forward. "Now tell me more about this exchange of people. It is a brave idea. Maybe too brave." Maya nodded and began to explain her plan in detail. As she spoke, she realized that this moment, two very different beings talking openly, was the real beginning of peace. 3 weeks later, the big day arrived. People from many worlds came to the Galactic Hub, a neutral meeting place, to see something that had never happened before, a peace treaty between humans and Draxians. The hub's main hall was made ready for the special day. Maya had asked for the meeting to be held in the garden area, where plants from many worlds grew together. Workers adjusted the room so both humans and Draxians would feel comfortable. "The lights need to be bluer," Maya told the workers, "and the air should be a bit warmer and wetter." She had spent most of the 3 weeks on the Draxian main ship, talking with the Queen Mother. They had worked out every small detail of the agreement. Now it was time to make it official. The Draxian ships arrived first. Everyone expected them to come in their scary battle armor. Instead, they wore special robes made of soft material that showed the colors of their shells. These were their ceremony clothes, worn only during their most important times. They're wearing molt robes, Maya explained to the Earth leaders. This is a great honor. They only wear these during their biggest celebrations. The Earth leaders nodded, but they still looked nervous. This was all so new. The human group brought a special gift, a small box of soil from Earth. This meant new growth and hope for the future. The Draxians seemed pleased when they saw this. Soil is life, said Steel Mandible, who now wore the title of Peace Leader instead of War Leader, a good gift between new friends. The room filled with people from many worlds. Some came because they were curious. Others came because they wanted to learn from what was happening. If humans and Draxians could make peace, maybe other old enemies could do the same. The Queen Mother had sent her first daughter to sign the treaty. Her name was Bright Shell, and she would lead the first group of tenders going to Earth. The Earth President's daughter stood with the human group. She would lead the teachers going to the Draxian world. Maya stood in the middle, ready to help both sides understand each other. She felt proud of what they had built together. It wasn't perfect, but it was a good start. Just as the treaty was about to be signed, the doors burst open. 5 beings ran in with weapons. They wore the dark clothes of the Zerine pirates. "Stop this now," shouted their leader, pointing his weapon at the crowd. "This peace will ruin our business." The room went still. Guards moved forward, but they were too far away to help quickly. The pirate leader aimed his weapon at Bright Shell. "Step away from the treaty." Maya knew they were in big trouble. The pirates didn't want peace because it would make it harder for them to attack ships. If Draxian ships protected human trade routes, the pirates would lose money. But Maya didn't run or hide. Instead, she stepped forward, between the pirate's weapon and Bright Shell. "You're too late," Maya said calmly. "And you've missed something important." The pirate looked confused but kept his weapon pointed at her. "What are you talking about?" "Step aside. We knew you might try something like this," Maya continued, her voice steady. "That's why we added something to the treaty. Something for you." Now the pirate leader looked really confused. "For us? You're lying." Maya shook her head. Section 12 of the treaty includes plans for pirate groups to join legal trade routes. You could make honest money, with protection from both our peoples. She pulled out a small tablet and held it up. "It's all here. A way for your people to have a better life too." The pirate's hand shook a little. "Why would you offer us anything? We're your enemies." "Because," Maya said, "real peace includes everyone, even those who start as enemies." The room was completely quiet. Everyone watched the pirate leader, wondering what he would do next. Slowly, very slowly, he lowered his weapon. "I want to see this Section 12, he said. Maya nodded. "Of course, and perhaps you should be part of the discussion about how it works." As guards carefully took the pirates' weapons, Maya looked at the faces around her. Humans, Draxians, and now even pirates, all talking instead of fighting. She caught Steel Mandible's eye. The Draxian made the small gesture that meant "well done" in their language. Words had won again. Not guns, just words and the courage to speak them. 6 months after the treaty was signed, Maya stood on the surface of the first Kelper planet. She wore a light-breathing mask because the air wasn't perfect for humans yet. Around her, the land was changing. Human planet healers worked side by side with Draxian soil experts. Large machines moved across the rocky ground, adding minerals and water. In some areas, small green plants were already growing. "It's working better than we hoped," said Dr. Lee, the lead Earth scientist. "The soil is taking the new minerals faster than we thought it would." Maya nodded. She felt proud of what they had done. This was just the start, but it was a good one. A shadow fell over them. Maya looked up to see Bright Shell walking toward them. The Draxian princess had been on Earth for the past 6 months, leading the tender exchange program. "Maya Chen." Bright Shell greeted her with the human hand gesture they had taught her. "It is good to see you here." "Welcome to Kelper 1," Maya replied. using the Draxian greeting click. "How was your trip from Earth?" "Good. And I bring news," Bright Shell said. "The first human Draxian school has opened on Earth. Young ones from both worlds are learning together." This was big news. At first, some humans had been afraid of having young Draxians on Earth. But the Tenders had shown such gentle care for all children, human and Draxian alike, that fears went away quickly. "And how are the human teachers doing on your home world?" Maya asked. Bright Shell's shell colors shifted to show happiness. "Very well. The soil healing has begun in 3 areas, and something surprising has happened. Some of our workers have started learning human songs." Maya smiled at this. Culture moved between peoples in unexpected ways. They walked to a ridge that looked out over a wide valley. In the distance, the first Draxian buildings were going up. They were built partly into the ground, the way Draxians like their homes. "My mother will visit next month," Bright Shell said. "She wants to see this place for herself." This was huge news. The Queen Mother rarely left the Draxian homeworld. Just then, Maya's comm device beeped. It was a message from the Trade Route Patrol. "This is Captain Wu of the Earth Draxian Trade Protection Force," said a voice. "I'm happy to report that we've gone 3 months with no pirate attacks. The joint patrols are working." The Trade Protection Force was another success story. Human and Draxian ships now patrolled together, keeping trade routes safe. Even some former pirates had joined, using their knowledge of hiding places to help catch those who still attacked ships. As Maya put away her comm device, a small ship landed nearby. Out stepped the Zareen pirate leader, who had tried to stop the treaty signing. His name was Krell, and now he worked as a route planner for the joint forces. "Maya Chen," he called out, walking over. "The new trade maps are ready. We've added 3 more safe routes." "Great work, Krell," Maya replied. "How many former pirates have joined the program now?" 212, he said, standing a bit taller. "Most of us just wanted steady work and food, not trouble." As they all stood looking out over the changing land, a group of young Draxians ran past, playing some kind of game. They were the first children to visit the new world. Their shells gleamed with health, already stronger than those raised on ships. A small human girl ran with them, wearing a breathing mask like Maya's. She was the daughter of one of the scientists. She kept up with the Draxian children, laughing as they played. 5 years ago, this would have seemed impossible, Bright Shell said quietly. Maya nodded. "The galaxy is changing, one word at a time." That evening, news channels across many worlds showed images of the Kelper planet's progress. The story of how humans and Draxians made peace had spread everywhere. Other old enemies were starting to talk to each other, inspired by what they had seen. On a small screen in the work camp, Maya watched as the Galactic Council announced a new position, Special Ambassador for Peace. They wanted her to take the job. "They think you have a special gift," Steel Mandible told her. "The gift of the sharp tongue that heals instead of wounds." Maya smiled. "Not a gift. Just the willingness to listen before speaking and to look for the good in others." As night fell on the new world, stars came out above them. Somewhere out there, other peoples were fighting old wars. Maya hoped that soon, they too would learn that words could be stronger than weapons. 5 years had passed since the first treaty between humans and Draxians. Maya stood before the Galactic Council once again. But this time, everything was different. The old council room with its high seats and cold lights was gone. Now all seats were in a circle, with no one higher than others. Plants from many worlds grew along the walls. The air smelled fresh and clean. Maya wore a special robe, half in human style and half in Draxian style. As Earth's official ambassador, she represented not just humans, but the idea that different peoples could work together. 5 years ago, many thought war between our peoples was the only possible future, Maya said to the full council. All 57 member worlds had sent their representatives. Humans feared we had nothing special to offer the galaxy except our planet's resources. She looked around the room. making eye contact with many different kinds of beings. We weren't as strong as Draxians, as fast as Vex runners, or as long-lived as the Toral. But we learned that our greatest strength was something else, our ability to understand others and find common ground. From his seat, Steel Mandible made the Draxian sound of agreement. He now served as the head of the Joint Protection Forces, leading ships that kept peace across many star systems. Today, I am proud to present our request, Maya continued. Earth and the Draxian worlds asked the Council to approve 5 new trade routes that include stops at the Kelper planets. On a large screen, maps showed the new routes. They connected many worlds that had never traded before. The room filled with excited talk as representatives saw the possibilities. The Council leader, a tall blue being, stood up. "The routes are approved," he announced, "and the Council has more news. 10 new worlds have asked to join our alliance this year. They have seen what happens when old enemies become friends." As Maya returned to her seat, a small Draxian approached her. It was a young female, just entering adult age. Her shell had unusual markings, spots of bright blue. "Ambassador Chen," the young Draxian said shyly. "I am Echo Shell. I was among the first eggs laid on Kelper 1. Maya smiled warmly. "It's wonderful to meet you, Echo Shell. How can I help you?" "I wish to become a speaker between peoples, like you," the young Draxian said. "I have learned 6 languages already, including 3 human ones." Maya felt a surge of joy. This was the future they had worked for, young ones who saw talking and understanding as natural. "The ambassador program would be lucky to have you," Maya told her. "Come see me tomorrow. We'll talk about it." After the council meeting ended, Maya walked through the hub's garden with Steel Mandible and Krell, the former pirate. They had become an unlikely team of advisors, each bringing different views to problems. 10 new member worlds in 1 year, Krell said, shaking his head in wonder. The council never grew that fast before. Steel Mandible clicked his mandible softly. "Peace brings more benefits than war. It just takes longer to see them." They stopped at a new monument in the center of the garden. It showed hands and claws and tentacles of different species, all reaching toward each other. The words beneath it were written in 20 languages. "Understanding begins with listening." Maya touched the monument gently. "Sometimes I still can't believe how much has changed." "Because of you," Steel Mandible said. Maya shook her head. "Because many people chose to try something new instead of following old fears." As they walked on, they passed a classroom where young ones from 12 different worlds sat together, learning each other's languages. Through the window, Maya could see a small human boy carefully making Draxian click sounds while his Draxian friend tried to whistle like humans do. That evening, Maya sent a message to Earth. Her old university had asked her to record her thoughts for future students of diplomacy. She kept it simple. "In a galaxy full of different peoples, weapons may seem like the strongest force. But they only destroy. Words can build. A sharp mind and careful speech can change enemies into friends, turn danger into safety, and create futures that no one thought possible." She added one last line. "Who needs guns when you have a sharp tongue? And the wisdom to use it well." As Maya looked out at the stars, she thought about how one small choice, to step forward and speak when others wanted to fight, had changed the path of whole worlds. And she smiled.